Hello, everyone. My name is Khiabet, and I come from Peru. I want to start by saying that I see myself as someone who's lucky. Lucky enough to be born in a family where there is zero tolerance to violence. I was lucky that despite having to migrate with my family to another country to look for better opportunities, I wasn't subject to child labor or abuse, but instead, I was safe and able to go to school. I'm lucky because I was able to study at a university and get a degree and a job. I would finally say that I'm lucky to be alive and that my voice is being heard. But what do I say that I'm lucky? Because I come from a region and a country where not all children and youth can fulfill their rights. Children are being abused by family members and facing violence at schools. Children are migrating to other countries unprotected and facing child labor, sexual exploitation, and other forms of violence along the way. And many other young people are struggling to find employment. Lastly, I say that I'm lucky to be alive and that my voice is being heard because I come from one of the most unsafe cities in the world. Being aware of such inequalities and injustices since a young age, I was committed to carrying out a project oriented to the empowerment of children and youth. To move towards achieving this dream of mine, I looked for and participated in platforms where I could raise my voice for the rights of children and youth. While this was happening, I heard of Kailash's mission with the 100 Million campaign. I was inspired by his bravery to stand for others, especially children facing child labor, child trafficking, and other types of violence, even when that meant risking his own life. Once I knew about him and the 100 Million campaign, I couldn't be happier to be nominated as the National Youth Coordinator for that campaign in Peru. I never doubted the power of youth to lead social movement and achieve political change. To prove it, there are millions of young people right now working towards changing the injustices I mentioned before, some of which are sitting beside you. This is the core of the campaign, to have young people lead, speak up, and take action for others who do not have the chance to do so. I'm happy to share with you that in just a few months, the 100 Million campaign in Peru has achieved amazing results. We've been invited to participate permanently at the National Steering Committee for the Prevention and Eradication of Child Labor, which is the most relevant public mechanism to advance on this issue. Also, we've engaged with school students and their parents and teachers in places where there's the highest risk of child labor. In this way, and through social media, we're encouraging communities and the whole Peruvian society to recognize the existence of child labor and that it's not a minor issue, and also the value of education as a tool to cut the cycles of intergenerational poverty. Though it may seem that we've done more than enough awareness on this issue in the Latin American region, still many people don't see it as hurtful as it is to our social development. So this is so relevant. Like I said, I've come to learn from each of you, and I assure you that this learning will be shared with all my peers back home and will be used to have a more meaningful impact on the life of those who need us the most. Just to end, I want all youth delegates to please stand up. Laureates and leaders, look around. These are the leaders of today. Those who are already making a difference, just like all of you. Please support us. Thank you.